What up guys, Editing April here. This video, this rant that you're about to see is from the previous episode to my spiritual rant playlist. For some reason, my phone never uploaded this video onto my drive and I finally found it, and so I decided to post it because again, I'm on a journey of growing spiritually and I'm trying to document it. And if you vibe with this stage that I'm on, or if you have deeper knowledge you want to share, please go ahead. But this is the lost file. Also, if you're not watching these in order, you really should. Okay, bye. Anyway, I'm watching Ivy Occultist talk about how to work with spirits and so how to work with ancestors, how to choose what kind of spirit you want to decide you want to work with. And for some reason this year, like, native and indigenous spirits have been brought to my mind a lot. And I don't know if it's the space I'm in. It could be, but there's times where I just like get really emotional. And it's almost like I feel their pain. I'm not trying to dismiss it because I know that a part of developing psychic intuition and abilities is to not question your intuition, your feeling, the information you're receiving and downloading around you. So I don't want to dismiss it, but at the same time, I do try to be realistic and be like, no, it's just my head. But at the same time, who does that? Who starts to randomly think about indigenous people and their pain? Like this is just being brought up. Like if somebody's like, hey, like look at this, and then I'm like, oh my god, what the freak? Just like I don't know how to describe it, but that's what's been going on right now. I haven't done anything to really work with spirits because I did grow up Catholic, and I acknowledge that the church does things to be able to control you. It kind of sounds like, and when you're talking to little kids and you want them to follow direction, follow the rules so that things are easier and you can control them, basically, you tell them what's okay and what not to do, and everybody is doing the same thing, everybody's on board with the same thing. And so when I know that, and I know what it's like to be a parent, the church is just kind of like, oh my god, like oh my god. Okay, I don't want to talk about this. The way I don't know how to go around this without like receiving hate comments or criticism, because I'm really not here to be like the church is wrong or the church is evil or like it's not real or like what they're preaching is not real. I'm not here to say God's not real. I'm not here to say I don't believe in God, because there's just too much that I have learned. There's too many little things that I like connect to other things that I'm just like, what the hell is even happening? What the hell is even true? So the way I see it, what I believe is, and this is from somebody that used to be very devoted to the church, okay? So just listen. We listen and we don't judge. Just move on with your life, believing what you want to believe. I'm just sharing what I'm starting to believe as somebody who has slowly been shifting away from the church, okay? Not from believing in God, not from believing in saints or angels, because I do believe that there is like a higher entity. I don't know if it is a god. I don't know if it is just energy or the universe or consciousness. I don't think I believe that heaven is an actual place you go to. I think it's like a consciousness that you leave this world in. So is hell. Like, I don't know. Even Jesus said that like the kingdom of God is within you. It's not a place that you go to. It's a state that you are in. It's a state that you create for yourself, okay? It's like little things like that I notice that I choose to believe in that way. But you're allowed to believe in it however you want. I'm just sharing my perspective, and it's okay if you disagree with me. I am open to literally any belief. I'm like, that's interesting. What do you believe? I like to understand what people believe. Like, I think it's so funny because I'll be hanging out with my fiance's friends, and I'm like, so what do you believe in? Like, do you believe in energy? Do you believe in God? Do you believe that everything has energy? Do you believe in demons? Like, I am genuinely curious. Like, are you Buddhist? Are you Muslim? Hinduism? Like, Sikhism? Animism? Like, what do you believe in? I want to know. Because I can vibe with it all. But anyway, this is just me sharing what I personally believe in. I'm interested to see if anybody else is on board. But anyway, higher power for sure. Somewhere I've just experienced way too many miracles and like answered prayers, and just seeing miracles be performed on other people through my faith, that it's hard for me not to believe that there is a higher power that is listening, whether that is energy, the universe, manifestation, whatever you want to call it. I believe there is something. I just don't know what to name it, and I don't know what it is, or maybe it's all of them. Like, maybe they all exist depending on who the believer is, right? That's kind of like a little chaos magic, right? I believe that whatever each person believes could be true because they hold that belief in their power. They hold that power in their belief that it will manifest into their lives. That's what I believe. But anyway, I'm really interested in working with spirits, but through the fear mongering that the church creates about spirit work, witchcraft, like anything that's not Christianity. It's just, you just grow up thinking that the demon's gonna get you, Satan's gonna get you, Jesus will never accept you into his kingdom, and you won't go to heaven. He won't love you because you're a wicked person, and wicked people deserve to go to hell. Like, it's a lot of fear mongering, and I don't want anything evil to follow me or come haunt me, and I also don't want to see any scary things. And so I acknowledge that the fear I have is probably not the best to start with working with spirits, but it is something that really interests me, and I feel like I'm being called to, but I'm like, I'm not ready, like, let me just, I'll read into it, but I don't know if I'm ready to jump into it. There's so many things that I just acknowledge around me that I'm like, I think this is a message. It's usually like I'll be doing something, or I'm thinking, hey, I should really work on this. Like, hey, I need this is an example. So I'll be like, I should really work on my next spiritual witchy vlog because it is content I want to create. But yes, I'm scared to upload content like this because I don't know how people are gonna react, right? I'm a people pleaser. I don't want people to see this video and like take it as an attack, or I know I can be very direct, and English is my second language, and my fiance tells me all the time like that I have really bad or like poor choice of wording sometimes, and so I don't want to word something wrong to where I offend somebody, or just say something that I didn't mean to say because I just didn't know how else to express it. Also, again, just coming from such a strict background in Catholicism, I'm a little scared and anxious and nervous of my family or friends that were from like
that phase in my life where we were very devoted to Catholicism. I'm scared they're gonna see this, and mainly my family, and just not accept me because I am still the same person. I just believe in so many more things besides this one thing. And also, like, because I'm so drawn to this magical spiritual life, it's really hard for me to connect to a church, to a religion that created so much evil towards women, towards people that were literally just trying to be healers, were just trying to, you know, like, there was just so much hate and so much murder, and so I don't even know. It's kind of like a, in a way, I see it like as activism because, like, I was raised in this religion, but now growing up and learning what kind of woman I want to be, it's somebody that wants to uplift other women don't want, I don't know, it's also history. Like, women used to be the leaders of the communities because they were leaders, they were caregivers, healers, mothers, seers. Like, it all started with women. They are the creators of life, and that's why it's a little weird to get out of the idea of believing in a god, because that is what I was brought into. But then at the same time, I'm like, if everything that creates life is a woman, except for like that random seahorse, I don't know, then shouldn't God, in a sense, be a woman? But at the same time, God is the I am. So if he is the I am, past, present, future, my neighbor, you, me, then he could be both. He could be man and woman. I don't know. God is LGBTQ positive. I don't know. So many little things to, like, I am like, it's so, I talk to ChatGPT about this shit all the time, and ChatGPT is just like, you're a pursuer of knowledge and all spiritual essence, and you are a seeker of wisdom that loves to get into the deeper meanings of life and stuff like that. And it's so fun to talk about ChatGPT about it. But again, there's like signs where I'm like, I want to upload this content, but I don't want to seem crazy. But I know that, like, like, I relate to Ivy the Occultist. I relate to the Witch of Wonderlust. I relate to Hitomi, blah, blah, blah. I love the communities that they're able to build. And through their communities, they're able to keep expanding on what they believe in. And I would love to have the chance to do that one day, and like build that community where women are being empowered, where we come back to our roots of, like, who our ancestors, and like just uplifting each other. I don't know, just make it a magical life for each other. I'm all about that. But I have to not be afraid to post this content. And so every time I'm thinking, hey, I should post this, I should work on it, and I look at my phone and I'm like, what time is it? Do I have enough time to work on this? It's always like, it's 11:11, which my grandfather passed away on November 11th. And ever since he passed away, I would say that that's when my spiritual journey started to happen. First, it started through like getting deeper into Catholicism. But somehow I ended up all the way over here, and I'm constantly seeing 11:11 and butterflies, which the day that we went to his gravesite, his funeral, there is just so many yellow butterflies. And so I associate the yellow butterfly with him, but also just butterflies as my spirit guides, as a lot of people do. It's just hard not to see those spirit guides. But it's interesting because it's not every time I see a butterfly. It's specific times where I'm like, that's my answer right there. Like, you're listening, you're here, or I acknowledge your presence here. Thank you for visiting me. So, because I'm thinking of these ideas and then getting like confirmation like that, like seeing angel numbers, seeing butterflies, or hearing bells, or just like this knowing of like, yes, do that, and just like feeling this drive to just go and work on that. I'm gonna go all in on it, but I'm not. Whew, again, I'm still me, guys. I love to learn. For some reason, I have a passion for learning about religions and beliefs, and it really like lightens my spirit up, my fire up. And when I was talking to ChatGPT about this, I was like, I really want to, if I were to create a community, like, what should we call it? We didn't come up with a name for that because I couldn't come up with something that I was really drawn to. But then I was like, okay, well, then I'm not really vibing with any of this, so maybe let's try to, like, if I were to, like, rename myself, like, spiritually, like, if I'm, like, trying to create this new life for myself, this new face for myself, kind of like baptizing yourself again, like into this new intention, I guess, this way of being and living, what would it be? And I was like, I want something ancestral, something like mystical, something like drawn to fire, because like I like to dance, and I'm like, I feel like this is like from my ancestors, and when I dance, I wish I could be dancing like along a fire. And I don't know, I feel very drawn to fire and like dancing, and I want to feel like it's not me like that's being a leader, but it's like me that's being guided by something. And so we came up with naming myself as the daughter of the ancient flame, which is just supposed to signify that like I am my ancestors, like there has been all this bloodshed, all this big bloodline of, now we're here at me, and I want to honor all those lives. And so I am here to be their voice. I'm here to get to know them and understand them and be guided by them and live in a way that would honor them. And it's really hard to do that in modern day society now because I wish I could be more like primal about things, just as they used to be. But it is hard. It also helped me come up with these ancient symbols, and I feel this like call again to like build this community, but I feel like the best way that we could do that right now is just like learning together and falling into a rhythm together. And so if you're all about honoring the seasons, like I'm all about living with the seasons, and that's exactly what, I don't know if I feel like this draw to Aztec culture, Mayan culture, just because I am Mexican, and so I feel like I'm not too far off from being in some sort of ancestral bloodline from them. But at the same time, I don't know, I can't just claim that, but there's a high percent chance that it could be. But I do know that there is probably some Spaniard or tainted blood that came from over there. I hope that doesn't make me any less a part of my ancestors, because I do stand with them. I choose to stand with them. Take that as you will. I don't know. If you're Aztec, if you're Mayan, just feed me more knowledge. Again, I was raised in Catholicism, so I wasn't gonna be raised in this Aztec's beliefs, Aztec traditions, Mayan traditions. It's just, I feel so detached from my roots, and I don't know what those are. I would love to find out, but I don't really know how, besides a DNA test. I don't know. But I don't even know if they would tell me that. Are they able to say that? Or are they just gonna be like, you're from Mexico and some part over here, whatever that may be. But yeah, that's what's on my mind right now. I've been working on creating some calendars. I've been working on 2 calendars. I've been working on like a painting kind of style lunar calendar where it's like a woman and just like honoring the moon. And the thing about a lunar calendar is that it can start at any time as long as you start in a new moon. So if you want to start on your birthday, like that could be like your new year day, right? Like your first day of your lunar cycle. So instead of 12 months like a Gregorian calendar, this is artificial time. Gregorian calendar is artificial time. It was recreated by a pope solely for the purpose so that the people knew when to pay their taxes. And then like I think Julius Caesar and Augustus, whatever, they were like, no, I want more days. No, I want more days in my calendar. No, shut up, take my money. Like that's basically what happened. Like, I have more money, I'm more rich, I deserve more days. Like that's basically what happened. And this time we live by is artificial. Okay. And people in ancient times used to live by the moon, by the 13 cycles of a moon. Women have 13 period cycles every year. Like women are supposed to live according to the moon, and men are supposed to live according to the sun because they work in a 24-hour cycle like the sun. And women have a 13 lunar period cycle like the moon and go through phases like your follicular phase, your luteal phase, your menstrual phase, your ovulation phase. Like it's literally the moon. Like it's, the answers are right in front of us, but this culture solely wanted to focus on making money and making people wealthy. And so the way to do that is to disconnect people from their roots, from their source, make them tired, make them work like crazy so that they are not able to connect to their higher selves, to their power, so that they can suppress you. And you're just constantly making them rich. For what? I don't know, because I believe that we should all be working for each other. We should all be working to help each other, to help our neighbors. We should not be like living like this to where like, I don't know my neighbors, we don't help each other out, we don't care for each other. Like, what is that? Like, I wish we lived like in the community, like those people in the Amazon. Like they have it right in the sense of like they're living for their village, they work together, they dance together, they create ceremonies. That, yes. I vibe with that. But anyway, so I've been working on these lunar calendars. I am personally starting those calendars on March because even with the Bible, there's like record that the Bible, in the Bible, there's record that the actual year started in March. And there's also like, I think, a saying that like, I'm not gonna get into it because I haven't fact checked this, so I'm not even gonna say it. But okay, so in March, life is starting to come to life again. Like fruition is happening. There's fertility in the earth is at its like peak fertility. I don't even know. It's spring. It's the spring equinox. All the signs point to March should be the first month of the year, and it's also my birthday, so it's kind of like, yes. Like it's my renewal. Like there is this renewal of life, a rebirth of life happening in March, that should be the first month. And then, so what we're gonna do, the way the lunar cycle, a lunar calendar works, is we can either start in the spring equinox if that's how we want to vibe, or if we want to go with the moon, which that's what I'm gonna do, is we started on the new moon, the first new moon of March. You kind of have to alter it because, again, like it could be like the new moon of March could land on like March 28th, and you're like, that's kind of too late to want to start it. So instead, I'm gonna start it on I don't know, the last full moon of February. And so for example, like our first new moon would be February 28th, but then we have 28th, 29th, and then the whole month of March starts. But we're just living according to the moon cycles. It could get a little confusing because, again, we as society, as a culture, live according to a Gregorian calendar. So things could get kind of messy. So I try to match it the best to the Gregorian calendar, but I definitely want to go just based on the moon and helping women come back in tune with that rhythm of the moon, and just kind of like add little notes in the calendar where I tell you what each moon of the month represents and what you should be doing that month, right? That's how witchcraft worked. That's how ancestors worked when they lived by the moon. Is they had the strawberry moon, they had the buck moon, they had the sturgeon moon, the thunder moon, the whatever. Like all these moons represent a specific thing. And if you like working with horoscopes, the moon could also fall in like the moon of Scorpio, the moon of Pisces, the moon of Sagittarius, and it'll tell you like what that planetary constellation energy is telling you to work on that month. So I want to make it like something very magical, of just like falling deep into that energy. And so I'm just letting you know that I will make that available soon. I don't know how, because I do prefer a physical product, but I'm broke. I don't have that kind of money to just be printing them out to sell. So I don't know. It's something I'm creating for myself, because I literally started to do that on my iPad for myself. But I thought that I could make it something like actually beautiful and like something I would want to share with other people that share the same beliefs that I do, that I didn't want to just keep it for myself. So I was like, okay, well, let me work on something that I would love to share. So like this month, this is for December and January, and it's the month of stillness. This is just a art picture that I took from Pinterest, but like you see, like I'm trying to represent that through December and January. We have the wolf moon, and see, I started on January 30th. That's when I started that month, that new moon, lunar cycle for the month. And then I write down when the full moon is, and then I had the moon of new light of February and March. And then I had the moon of awakening. Like, besides the artwork, everything is me just creating it. March and April, this is the pink moon. Like, there's fertility, Ostara. But now I'm working on something like a little more professional. A little more like product based, but it is taking some time because I do want it to be perfect. So I'm gonna show you what both of them look like. I'll just show you a picture so that I'm not like showing you through like this, but it's like it looks like this. I am obsessed with it. Like, that's just the cover. And I can't wait to see how good I can make this. I don't know. I'm all about journals, calendars, planners. I love that stuff. Or I could just make this like a sketchbook. I don't know. Or just like posters, desktop backgrounds, things like that. Like just something that will continue to remind you of the energy you're trying to carry with you. I also want to like create my own clothing further along my future, just so that again we can be like drawing in that divine energy that you would want to carry with you. Look at this one. This one's more kawaii vibes, anime vibes, but it's all again dedicated to bring you back into the rhythm of the lunar calendar. Again, I started by wanting to make this for myself, but I was like, these are so good that I feel like maybe other people would be interested in having something like this. But I definitely wasn't creating it for it being a product. It was more just for myself. But I was like, I would love to buy this art. if somebody was selling this and I was like, oh my god, this is beautiful, like, can I buy this? Like, I want to make it available, but I don't know how yet. Don't know how I'm gonna do that, so just stay tuned if you are interested. So, but anyway, that's my rant for today. I'm not trying to make it too long. I have so many videos that I want to edit and not enough time. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, just give it a thumbs up or leave something in the comments that you resonated with or resources you want to bring to my attention. But please, no hateful comments. If you did not vibe with anything I said, that's totally fine. Agree to disagree. Leave this video and never return again. You know, like, this is not for you. Like, I'm just here to make a positive community. I'm not here to be like, hey, if you follow me, this is what you have to believe in. Like, I'm here to support everybody's beliefs. I'm here to create an encouraging, supporting environment. We can all agree to disagree. There is no need for hate, okay? Everything you throw out there just comes back. It boomerangs back. Like, life literally spirals, and you want the energy that you're throwing out there to just come back in a positive way to you. So I'm just gonna leave it to that. I love you guys. This is just a space to share knowledge. We're just hanging out, okay? Like, we're just chit-chatting and hanging out and checking in on each other and being like, hey, I learned this today. Does anybody else believe this? Okay. Anyway, I gotta go before I fall into this whole other rant. I love you. See you in the next vlog. Who knows what I'll be talking about then, but I'll see you soon.